Murphy's Law says, Charlie, if anything can go wrong, it will. And it's something to keep in mind when you're planning that next vacation.
Just in the last few months, we've seen a cruise ship disaster in Italy, a major airline go bankrupt, and now an earlier than usual hurricane season. So travel editor Peter Greenberg is here to remind us about travel insurance. Peter?
Good morning, Charlie. It's actually one of the most confusing areas of the travel proposition because there's so many different language problems in understanding the policy and what you need, when you need to buy it, and who you need to buy it from.
So the question is, who should buy it and what kind of policy should they buy?
Well, you know, there are a lot of reasons why you'd want to buy travel insurance. You don't, if your flight gets canceled, someone's going to lose your luggage, your passport or other medications may be stolen. You may need medical insurance as well if you're in a foreign country. And last but not least, your whole trip could be canceled. All those are good reasons to at least consider travel insurance.
So then what kind of policies, especially when you say if your flight is canceled, what kind of policies can you buy?
Well, it's trip cancellation and interruption insurance, but it gets down to the investment you have on the trip itself. So, for example, if you're flying on a $59 ticket on Southwest, don't buy the insurance. And by the way, if you can find a $59 ticket on Southwest, call me because I can't find one. But if you have a sizable investment in your trip, a $6,000 cruise, for example, or you're flying somewhere with a restricted ticket, that's when you want to buy that trip cancellation and interruption insurance.
But that's only if they cancel the trip, because for a lot of people, too, it's the concern of maybe I have an elderly parent that I'm taking care of. Maybe my job is going to change.
Right. Different policies, different language. There are policies that allow you to cancel for any reason, but you'll pay a higher premium. So the premium for these insurance policies range from anywhere from 6 to 7% of the cost of the trip up to 15 to 20% based on who has the option to cancel.
And what about the fine print? Should you worry about the fine print?
Oh, you bet. There are so many different language discrepancies here, and my rule of thumb is never buy the travel insurance from the travel provider themselves. So if you're going to go on a cruise, don't buy the trip insurance from the cruise line because that language is not beneficial to you. It only kicks in if the captain's middle name is Murray, you have a snowmobile, and you know, it doesn't work. Yes. You really want to do it from a third party, and any travel agent can sell you that insurance. They get a commission on that anyway, but don't buy it from the travel provider themselves. And for another reason, if the travel provider goes out of business, so does your insurance.
So then where do I get it? Can I only get it through a travel agent, or are there places online that I can shop for it?
Tons of places online. In fact, there are a number of organizations out there that are nonprofit that actually will give you a very good comparison shopping opportunity here. One is insuremytrip.com. One is called squaremouth.com. They actually interpret the language and the policies to help you out, because the bottom line is if you don't understand that language, and by the way, who does? I mean, nobody does.
Well,
right?
do you much good if you don't know what you're buying.
Exactly. So that's the other reason why you want to do that.